Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Map number 1 of the series underway is CatEvil's pick of Inferno. They're starting on that T side. Ratton on the CT side. Already a bit of an aggressive peeking towards mid. Sam, this game should be good. I think it's maybe safe to say that potentially the map number 1 could be the decider.
Yeah, I mean, given that this is CatEvil's best map, it's the one that they're, hoping to make the biggest display. And, well, so far, not so great, as it looks like they are not going to be able to take this pistol. There's the bomb, not planted. And there you go. They're heading into the second round with, well, nothing.
Yeah, 4 players remaining alive for the Rare Atom side. I mean, it was a very comfortable pistol round for them. They tried to go for that A-pop, tried to go aggressive, and they immediately pay the price for it as they just get overwhelmed. It's a very, very nice CT hold for them. They walk straight towards the crossfire. Mercury finds a double, and well, just like that, 1-0 start. 10-4 Nesters, 3 MP9s, and a good amount of utility for the CT side. It should be another clean-cut round.
And this is actually interesting as to how much CatEvil have actually forced into this.
Yeah,
I mean, they're going to be going into the next round with like nothing. Yeah. So I mean, this is a must-win round if they want to get anything done in the next few rounds. Otherwise, they're potentially giving over for the first 4 rounds to Rare Atom as they come into this with just the Scout and a few Desert Eagles, and they've already taken a little bit of chip damage here. Rare Atom looking to cover, well, just about every crevice of the map here. Nice little crossfire setup and brackets. Nice banana control as well. CatEvil gonna struggle here.
Here comes the utility. Trying to close down this top B hold. Advent can find the first. Kate gonna drop off. Damage Delta was towards the CT side, so do need to be careful over towards B, but they're still testing the waters in A. So, not have done a fair as we stand. The Scout's gone aggressive as well. Mutant leading the charge slowly. 50 seconds left to work with as they're trying to still go for that B take. They've got a bit of long control as well, so it's very much all up in the air, but here we go. Mo's going to find himself one, looking to find even more. The question is, can he? As he's got a Scout to face off against. Legs can be spotted, though, in the gap of that smoke, and this could become problematic. As they're still slowly inching their way forward. It's all down to his play towards the top B, and the MP9 goes for 1. Looking for 2, Mosey. Brilliant from him, leads all down to Akashi. In a 1 versus 4 with 2 points of HP. That's the second round for Rare Atom, unless he can do the wonderful, but they're so spread out, I don't think so. I know, 4-3, Mercury will close that one out. Second round collected.
Akashi actually manages to get himself a lot of free space over on the A site as Rare Atom kind of pulled back completely. I think once they realized that it was likely to be a banana push, they decided not to hold so aggressively on A, particularly if it comes to a point where they need to rotate. Of course, it doesn't actually come to that. Rare Atom do a really good job of holding down banana, and they only lose 1 player in the scuffle. So a nice solid round for them, and as predicted, CatEvil back down onto a very unfortunate, if you can even call it a bye at this point. 2 Deagles and a Tech 9. It's not a hell of a lot to work with.
No.
And Rare Atom sitting pretty here. They've got that Scout, most likely picked up from the previous round. And yeah, a lot of firepower to use. Like you said, a lot of good utility as well. And they consistently have such good map control. They're actually stacking on A, which is wild. Okay, there's a rotation back now. That makes more sense.
Well, one thing that is unfortunate is they've lost a man already to a DC, it's looking like, which is not exactly what CatEvil needed in this scenario. So I think we'll Boiler, they're going for a top hit here. The MP9, easy, 1, 2, 3. Close it out in a matter of seconds. Once again, CatEvil only able to find themselves 1 kill. They played that entire round at a man disadvantage. It's unfortunate. I think Twy dropped out, which is not exactly what they were looking for. And, well, 3-0 start. But finally, we see a full buy coming out from CatEvil. And this is kind of the full test. But for Rare Atom, I mean, their firepower is good. It's not even a bonus round. They've got it all up on the board. 3 M4 and S's and an MP9. That's a very good stack for them.
I'll tell you what, though, if there was ever a round where something like that was going to happen, you kind of want it to be on a pistol round.
Yep.
At least now when they come in with a full buy, yes, they do lose a player very early on, but it's traded out. So hopefully now they can kind of use that to pivot off, gain some ground, and no, there's not enough control towards banana, not enough util used. A nice, not even a deep angle, really. Advent just kind of swings out a little bit. Now he's pushing out, and CatEvil are going to find themselves in a rough spot here.
Yeah, I mean, now, of course, playing at a man disadvantage, they lost a lot of that map control, and it's looking like they're posturing over towards the A site, where they're going to try and hit this from, but it's still also slow in the server. A minute left to work with on the clock, and they're just trying to find a slight mistake from the CT side, which is what they could find over towards that top B side. I mean, Advent's kind of all alone there, just jiggle peeking, but if he gets picked off, that B side becomes completely barren. They're looking to try and catch him on the jump. It's also slow, treacherous. I think Advent spots the information he needs. Now he's going to fall back over towards CT, but no call for a rotation being made yet. So for Rare Atom, they're still going to leave him isolated over towards the site, but now in comes that rotation. Mo's going to make his way back over to support, and they're just going to go for a 2-2 split on that B site as the rotation being made once again back over towards A, but they haven't got a lot of time to do it, Sam.
Down to 30 seconds. If it's going to happen, it has to be now. Oh, dearie me. Again, getting it around them, but Case, oh man. Just locking that down so perfectly. And the cleanup, of course, from Jam Young. I mean, Gid was getting into a good position there, but unfortunately, you know, not expecting the AWP to be right there to get that much value. There was no real utility left, so couldn't really isolate that battle much. They just kind of walk straight into it. They don't swing together. I mean, it could have ended up in a trade if maybe if they'd kind of coordinated a little bit better, synergized a bit there.
Yeah.
But, you know, hindsight is 2020. So hopefully into the next round, we might see a little bit more out of that, although the next round is back down onto a pistol. CatEvil, that force on the second round, I'm questioning it.
It was brutal, isn't it? It's really damaged their long-term economy, hasn't it? Because they've never sort of found that stability. And yeah, okay, in that prior round, they had a full buy coming out, but they didn't have the kind of momentum or confidence behind it. It's a really kind of inopportune space for them to be in, as so far, everything's looking amazing for Rare Atom. And this is where we kind of were started to say on paper, where Rare Atom are such a fearsome side, because they're just so good at finding these advantages. Once again, another kill going the way of Mosey. The Orpa cars should be able to find one himself. Damage dealt, but the crossfire's brilliant. Jamion waiting for it. First kill going to go away. Look for the second, which he delivered into a spoiler. Third player tagged down low, and Kate and Twy in a really bad space as we stand. The very least, Twy finds himself one. Nate, that two as well with a hand cannon. Damage dealt as well, and the care needs to be taken by Mercury, but he swings right back in and leaves Kate all alone. 1 versus 3. At the very least, CatEvil have found themselves somewhat of a doable space, but the orb will be collected. 5-0 start. And Rare Atom, I mean, this has been a flawless performance so far.
It's a little rough to say that that's probably the best round. One of the best rounds.
I think it is,
certainly the best. Yeah, I mean, pistol round aside, but even there, that one wasn't great either. I mean, this is... hopefully it's a sign of things to come, but the problem is it's taking a bit too slow, right? Like, you want this to happen a little bit quicker. They're already 5 rounds down. Now, this is going to be the best buy that they will have had so far. It only comes in at round 6, but they've got a lot of good util to work with. They've kind of shied away from any of those HEs, though. They're really kind of going for disruption here. That's going to be the biggest thing. You know, smokes and flashes and a couple of Molotovs as well. Try and push them off of their position and then see if you can pivot off of that. But they've given up once again so much of this map control. They play a very passive game, and Rare Atom seems to be reading into it.
Yeah, so far so good, right? Now for CatEvil, of course, full buy coming out, but once again, failure to convert leaves them with nothing. No. The gun barrel spotted as well. Cars, they can just hold and wait, but he will be aware of Akashi and close and personal. That's going to be the difference maker. Akashi swing potentially combined. Something the shot. I guess punished. Jam Young going to find himself one at the very least. The trade comes through, but he goes to double it down. Not able to. A Jin comes alive. Bomb drop with a Molotov, though. And this now leaves things very dicey over towards the site as, well, Jin, so low on HP, down to 8 points of health. But it's a 2 versus 2. As we stand, also slow, swinging in. Jin stepping up once again. And it's all down to 1 man. It's Mosey to deny in a 1 versus 2. But the low HP on Jin does, at the very least, give him some sort of possibility, some sort of lifeline in this round. Spots one crossing. Damage dealt as well. It's all about who spots who first. The flash will come through. He avoids it nicely, looking for the damage, and he finds it. Mosey, the 1 versus 2 clutch, comes alive. What a round to keep Rare Atom flawless.
Oh, that got a little hairy for Rare Atom. Definitely the best round that CatEvil have had so far. Nice util there as well. The flash just to kind of push the off of its position, because you're expecting him to be holding at a slightly deeper angle. That's what they have been doing. They don't hold like all the way at the back of the site. They're waiting for you to walk into them. So if you realize, all right, that's where the player is going to be holding, that's where Kaz is going to be, you throw out the flash, you force him off of his position, and there's nowhere for him to run. There's nowhere for him to hide.
Exactly.
The swing comes out so hard and fast, get that first kill, overrun the A site, perfect execution. The problem was they lose too many players in the cross. So yes, it comes down to the 2 versus 2, but the low HP doesn't favor them.
Yeah, no, exactly that. And I mean, a bomb plant gives them some thing to work with in terms of their economy, but Jam Young's found a kill, managed to fall away. I mean, that should never happen. They know he's in towards mid, isolated all alone. The trade has to come through immediately, and it doesn't. So Rare has to keep the man advantage. Jin's taking damage as well. So as we stand, I mean, another round where CatEvil kind of a slight bit kind of isolated fights and failure in terms of the teamwork has been really costly towards them. As Mutant, still making his way over towards B, but I mean, it's so little to work with here.
Damn near nothing, really. At least he knows where that one player is going to be, so that will give a little bit of information. Hopefully that's something they can pivot off of, but all right. Bomb is moving away. Oh, they're in such a rough spot here. So maybe it's a fake over towards the A site, but Rare Atom have read into this so clearly as now Bomb starts moving its way over towards the B site, and yeah, it's kind of predicted.
Yeah, and so does Mosey as well, right? I mean, Sam, I'm already really worried. It's not looking good for CatEvil. On our T side, there's still yet to pick up a round as we're into the 7th. They're all making their way back over towards B, but a good rotation is being called. One playing anti-flash and Mosey. Advin going to take the initial point of contact from first orange. Sound cue's been made. Now the rotation surely gets called. In comes the utility, but all they have to do is play anti, and they should be absolutely fine swinging in. Good for the first one. Drops, round done. All down to one man. It's Twy all alone. Does find himself one, but I think realistically, it's probably just a consolation kills. And Molotov into his front side. Going to jump into a CT, and he's met with the 5-7 of Kaze. I mean, another fantastic round off the back of a brilliant rotation. But I think, Sam, the real difference maker for me is Rare Atom every single round consistently find the opening kill, take the man advantage, and just keep it. They just keep the man advantage. So simple.
And I mean, on top of that, it's really good synergy between the players, really good communication. So Jam Young pushes all the way out, and we're like, how do you get that kill and then get the hell out of dodge? How does that happen? But if you take a look at what's happening in apps, so there's 2 players from CatEvil approaching the entrance to apps, and a Molotov comes out. That stops them from being able to swing out. So that allows the position to pull back, not get caught out in the cross in the middle of mid. I mean, it's something so small, but it gives your team the opportunity to get that early pick, get that numbers advantage, and completely throw CatEvil off of their game. Now with CatEvil back down onto an eco. Oh, geez. I mean, this should be Rare Atom getting the 8th. That'll secure them at least the lead at the half, but the way things are going now, I'm not sure if CatEvil are going to be able to get a point on the board. They've only managed to plant the bomb once, and it was a fairly close round, but it's the only one they've had.
Yeah, I think it's really looking uncomfortable. But speaking of uncomfortable, guys are going to fall. At the very least, Mercury will bring the numbers back level. Jamyeon going back in towards here. And with a USPS of all weapons, can be able to pick that all back up. Rotating back over towards the site. He's just going to throw out the map. Doesn't care. AK collected. Jamyeon is just a menace. He's just always somehow surviving opportunities where he definitely should fall. And he finds another kill. Just that insult to injury as Twy falls. I mean, Jamyeon, what a man. What a player. Now you're going to come into a spoiler. Akashi dropped to 77. It's a 2 versus 4. Deagle not going to quite connect. Gives away the ruse of where Akashi's trying to go towards. And, well, I think it's safe to say this should be an 8th on the board. And Rare Atom flawlessly guaranteeing a lead going in towards the second half. I think, Sam, it's more a question of how big of a lead they can build up before they go in towards their T side.
Because they're getting caught out there again, you know, he takes a relatively deep angle, and they've also kind of been taking turns as to who's going to be the slightly more aggressive pusher from round to round. So you're never quite sure. Are you going to get an AWP in your face? Are you going to get a rifler running down mid? Like, you know, what exactly is going to be the play here? Unfortunately, he gets caught out and he can't get away. But like you said, they throw the AWP off the battlefield. CatEvil only have 2 players left alive on such low HP. Random spam through the smoke. That'll get 1. Not looking good, not looking good. Still has control of the bomb, but Rare Atom, I mean, they know that they can just chill. They don't have to rotate, they don't have to force it. They can just completely chill out, wait for the last player to walk into their crosshairs, and there you go. Secured the lead at the half. I'm not too sure what happens next for CatEvil, as now, of course, they're going to be able to buy in once again. Economy looking very messy. This is something you were talking about. They haven't been able to build up long-term economy, and part of that is because they're never allowed to plant the bomb. Part of that is because they can't win a round. You add all of that together, and it just equals never having a good buy.
You know, Sam, you hit the nail on the head. Can't win around, and I think you couldn't have said it better than myself. I mean, it's absolutely spot on. But I think what you mentioned with the bomb plan is very, very prevalent. Okay, hang on a second. We've got a drop out of the server from Rare Atom. Is this going to be the round that CatEvil find just off the back of someone falling out? I mean, that is really unfortunate. It's right. I think it's Card. No, it's not Card. It's falling out. Who is?
No, it's not.
Oh, but as we stand, I mean, they've had to go for a full rotation play over towards B as they thought it was a commit there, and they've called it wrong because look at now, CatEvil are going towards the A site. It's Baron. The rotations being made from Jam Young, but he's going to be so isolated alone here. And this is unfortunate. I mean, this is a round for a round that they shouldn't have lost. Jam Young going to swing in and find himself one. Flash going to come through as he wants to try and guarantee his way back on towards the site, but Amoto, I don't think we'll be able to deny that plant. So as we stand, it's not really where they want to be. He's using his utility quite well at the very least, kind of denying a lot of that presence. In comes one nade. Just go aggressive with it. Carl's going to rotate his way back over, but it's a very late rotation. So a 2 versus 3 as we stand in terms of this retake. We've seen CatEvil fumble from these positions before, but now I don't think they will. Mercury falling to the hands of Mutant, I think, should more or less confirm this round going in favor of the T side. That's a really unfortunate way for them to lose. It's off the back of a tech. Oh, good flash come through. Good for one. Jam Young trying to make his way to do it all alone as he brings out to 1 versus 1. Surely not like this. Taps the bomb. Looking for one more. No damage. But I don't think he's going to be able to die. Finds the kill at the very least. So for Jam Young, it's a quad. But it's the first round for CatEvil. But that's really unfortunate for Rare Atom because they essentially lost that off the back of someone jumping out of the server.
No ways. He gets the AWP as well. Ha! He like doubles back after the bomb explodes and he's actually able to pick up that AWP. That's amazing. Yeah, so Advent dropping out, definitely not what they would have wanted. This is what I was saying a little bit earlier. You know, CatEvil had one of their players DC and we were like, well, if it's going to happen, it may as well be on a pistol round. For Rare Atom, unfortunately, it's in their rifle round and it does definitely contribute to them losing that round. But I mean, with just a few more seconds, they could have salvaged that. And I think that says so much about how good this team is. CatEvil in a lot of trouble here. Yes, they've managed to get themselves 1 round, but can they follow that up?
Well, apparently not. As Advent has gone back into the server and revitalized. He finds a double. Standing, isolated, labored spray, gets punished by Jam Young, and that's it. Round done. Twice been spotted as well, so this is more or less confirmed of another round in favor of Rare Atom. It's unfortunate as well because realistically it should be a 9-0 at the moment. If Advent didn't drop out, they wouldn't have gamble stacked over towards B because he was the last man alive over towards B. And now Twy in a 1 versus 5. The bomb's not in his control. He's in his own over towards Mexico, going to go to a second mid. But for him, it's about finding consolation kills. There's no way he's going to convert 1 versus 5. And it's back to our regular proceeding. But I mean, Sam, let's talk about the game itself so far. It's 8-1, soon to be 9-1. And I mean, this is just looks like boys versus men. I mean, Rare Atom look unstoppable.
I think one of the biggest things for me has been their map control. Now, there have been a few moments, granted, where we see some serious aggression out of A. But there's some really good banana control. Not necessarily with them going aggressive down banana, but using that little bit of util and CatEvil just being, I guess, a little too scared to push back, right? To try and confront it. They tend to play a slightly more passive game. They're not really using their util to gain map control like they should be. Oh, here we go. Now they're doing it. Okay, it's a pistol round. That makes sense.
Already much better though, isn't it? I mean, they're at least trying to guarantee a bit of aggression coming through and kind of try and force a round in their favor because they've been so passive in their approach, CatEvil, and it hasn't been working. The one time it did, it was due to tech issues, really, from Rare Atom. So far, not so good. Walk straight towards Kaze. Gonna find himself an opener with the AWP. Molotov jumps in towards long as well. Force them to go into the pincer maneuver short. Jam Young comes alive. 1, looking for 2. Not gonna find it though. The Tech 9 trades. The orbit range. Miss shot could be punished.
No.
Dodging and weaving. He comes alive for 1 more. Kaze should fall there. The fact that he doesn't already starts to ring out some alarm bells, but they're very on now in a 2 versus 3, making it a 1 versus 2 now. It's all down to Deagle and Akashi trying to do his best job of bringing us home alive. Deagle in hand, not going to be able to convert. AWP will be recollected, and Rare Atom 10-1. As we stand, I mean, they could be in for a kind of a record speed map number 1 under their belt.
The sad thing is that CatEvil seem to be kind of finding their groove a bit here. On an eco round, they get the bomb down and they kill 4 of Rare Atom's players. That's pretty good, considering what we've seen from them leading up to this round. But when you talk about too little too late, I think we're there.
Yeah,
Rare Atom have just hit double digits, and CatEvil have only found the 1 round, which was obviously when one of Rare Atom's players dipped from the server. So I want to see more of that solid play from CatEvil, more of that aggressive map control coming through. Wait, you're sitting in your... Oh, it works. Okay.
Sometimes it works. Not going to expect it, and well, I'll take it. Back to a 4 versus 4. The AWP's coming alive for the openers. Of course, though. Both still alive. Mosey and Kate's to fall. Advent holding got aggressive. Easy kill for him as well. He gets a freebie. Mutant just walks straight in towards his crosshair, and he'll take that all day. Twy now makes his way out towards Apps. Molotov in towards Pit. Spots the player in towards Long. So definitely possibility on the swing. Jumping towards the site. Has to connect with a tough shot, and he does it. He delivers. And he jumps in towards Mini Pit himself. The AWP of Kaze as well in a bit of an isolated spot. It needs to wait for that rotation to come through. But the bomb going to go down once again.
Another really good round from CatEvil, unexpectedly so. I mean, with a little bit of util usage, they're able to get themselves in onto the site quite well. Okay, unfortunately, now they're at a bit of an advantage. No! The missed shot from Akashi. That could have actually been everything. And him losing out on that puts Twy in such a rough spot.
And Advent jumping, flying through the smoke of Pit. Finishes off the likes of Twy. I mean, that's an unfortunate way to fall through the air. No way you can predict that. 11-1, 10-round lead are the likes of Rare Atom hold. I mean, it's just been a brilliant performance. More or less faultless, right? I mean, on the CT side, they've showed how dominant Rare Atom can be, and I think this is already a statement going through towards the season. This is their first game, and they're making this look easy.
I mean, this has been absolutely brutal from this Rare Atom squad. Impressive stuff. I mean, this does just go to show why they were the team that topped out playoffs, or rather the groups. Why they were the team that won in playoffs and secured themselves that spot. Why they were the team that only dropped 3 maps in the entirety of Season 40. This is an excellent team, and CatEvil making a little in over there.
Oh, okay. Kate, good double opener over towards the B side, which is now open, apart from that one Molotov trying to deny their presence. But as they're making their way over, it's a full gamble rotation with the CT. Molotov will come through once again for Kaze, trying to buy him back time in that rotation. Kate trying to jump through the smoke, pays a price for exactly that metric as down he falls, and the bomb rotating back over towards A. But it's a brilliant call by CatEvil, because now they know they've got this A site for free.
Twy is in the thick of it, man. He's keeping those 2 Rare Atom players so occupied, just vibing over on the B side. Meanwhile... Oh, bomb's coming back. Oh, this is perfect. He gives over the information. Hey, guys, site's free. Come on back to A, or rather to B side.
Uh-oh.
Kaze. Oh.
They walked towards Jam Young.
They're changing their mind again. This is interesting.
Oh, with Mercury falling, now it's all down to the flank coming through. Mutant good for 1, looking to make it 2 as well. He's been a nuisance. He's single-handedly won this round just by keeping the presence over towards that B side. And now with Kaze, I mean, he doesn't even know what to do. He doesn't know where there's a possibility of him being. He will find him nonetheless. Now, of course, make that rotation back over towards the A site. It's not an impossible retake. It has to be said. You know, a 1 versus 2 with Twy taking damage as well. And that bomb half tick, but he's actually going to make the somewhat smart decision just to not even tempt the waters. Give CatEvil a second and just guarantee that all taking across to the next round. I mean, not really a necessity as well, because they do have some long-term economy to work with. But, I mean, it's very improbable they take the round. So just guarantee the AWP taken across. One thing to mention this time, we've had 2 people drop out from Rare Atom, which I'm assuming some tech issues. So hopefully that gets plugged in a matter of moments. But yeah, I mean, so far, a much better round from CatEvil. It's all off the back of Kate's double opener, isn't it?
I think that when we talk about the best possible time for someone to fall out of the map, after you've died, not bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the way the CatEvil play that, and it was fun though, because it was kind of like watching one of these like Ring Around the Rosie type vibes, where they posture one way, they get one player, Mutant, all the way up to the top onto the B site. They force a full rotation from Rare Atom, and the bomb starts moving over towards A. Then they make a little bit of noise over on the A site. Or rather, sorry, they start the rotation over towards B from Rare Atom, make some noise on the A site. The rotation again starts going back towards A. Then Mutant gets spotted out, gets a kill. Rare Atom at this point, I mean, they don't know where to go. They're so disjointed. Do we go A? Do we go B? Where the hell are these guys? They start heading back over towards B, and while that's happening, kill happens over on the A site. It's perfect. It's played so very well from CatEvil, and finally they're going to get themselves another point on the board. But things looking a little dire for Rare Atom, not because of just, how they're playing or anything, but to have a player drop out of the server and then in the next round, 2 more players drop out of the server. If they're battling with technical difficulties that could potentially affect the game as well, this could start to get a little bit rough for them. They've given themselves enough of a lead, so they're not like completely terrified, but God, you never know with technology.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right? It's as we stand with a tech issue like this, who knows how long it might last, and of course, will it be a problem for the entire series itself? So a slightly kind of problematic situation, but so far so good for Airatum. I mean, they're 11-2 up on their opponent's map pick. You can't take that away from them. They've been absolutely stunning, but unfortunately, as we stand with the tech issues being, well, we don't know how long they might take. We're going to throw this one to an ever so slight break. We'll get right back into the game as soon as everyone's back in the server. So we'll see you after the break, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gents, we are back in the server, finally. We love to hear it. And we get back on the way in the penultimate round of the half. 11-2 is where we stand. It's been quite an elongated break. 11-2 is where we are currently. Full bite coming out both ways. And for CatEvil, Sam argue on a little bit of a momentum streak here.
Kinda, sorta. I mean, they've won 2 rounds. So we'll see if they can keep that up. Obviously, Rare Atom have struggled a little bit, and a lot of that had to do with disconnects and dealing with the problems that come with that. But hopefully, with CatEvil having won a couple of rounds, they can kind of pivot off that a little bit. However, with this large break, I'm a little worried that it might have cut into their momentum a bit.
Let's see, bring it forward. We double jump. Look for
Oh
three.
my
You find
God.
it. Never should be able to get away with not even a second. Never mind the third there. Mutant will trade out, but it's now a 2 versus 4. Make that a 1 versus 4. Down goes Mutant, leaving Nakashi all alone. Got an idea of running towards Library. I think he may have just spotted the leg of Advent, and with him being on low HP, not exactly where they want to be. Find yourself 1. Quick trade comes in. Just like that, 12-2, 10-round lead once again as we head into the final round of the half. I mean, you're going to say for Rare Atom, it's just a matter of time, I think, before they close out this map. It has been a one-sided affair.
That's kind of what I was afraid of when I said that, oh, well, maybe, this has cut into their momentum a little bit, because they'd been having a much better look, using their util, being able to get in onto the site a little bit better, faking out a little bit, playing the mind games, and that's where they started to get results. Now, however, yeah, not doing that, peeking out, getting your head blown off, and that's Rare Atom with another advantage in what you said is the last round of the half. This is not boding well for CatEvil.
No, I mean, so far, not so good. Man disadvantage once again. Kate has dropped, and, well, it's looking a little bit dicey. They're walking straight into the double stacking towards upper apartments. They'll avoid the flash quite nicely at the very least. Mo's going to find himself 1. Quick trade, but the ult comes alive, and all down to 1. It's Akashi all alone in a 1 versus 4. And I think this might be done, Sam. And it is. That's the half, 13-2. And for Rare Atom, it's one-way traffic. We'll see you after the break. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half about to be underway. To 13-2 lead for Rare Atom. 11-round gap between them and CatEvil. And it needs a stark resurgence for CatEvil on the CT side to get back into their own map pick, Sam.
This is devastating because if Rare Atom win the pistol, that's it, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you win the pistol, you bonus up, or you force up, and then it's bonus round. So that could be the end of days here for CatEvil. Gonna have to show some serious, I don't know, something.
And that's not a great start, because Mosey finds 2. Kaze one of his own in about a second is down to 2. Make that 1. Kate's all alone. A 1 versus 5 to deny, and he won't even be able to find 1. A flawless round for Rare Atom to find 14 to put them 2 away from the all-lose to 16. Sam, it's done.
Pretty much. We have seen teams win on the second round against all odds. Force up a little bit and then somehow make a comeback. But CatEvil, not looking to force here. They're going to be going on to match point with as much of a buy as they can possibly muster, which, granted, isn't going to be terribly much, as this round is also a bit of a one and done.
Well, it should be. I mean, a really low buy for the CT side. CatEvil get completely shut down. 15-2. 1 round is all that Rare Atom need to decimate CatEvil on their own map pick at a 16-2 scoreline. Yes, a 4 buy has come out now for the CT side, and potentially, and probably, the last 4 buy we're going to see for a while.
There is something poetic about how the last time we saw CatEvil on this map, they won 16-4, and now
It's going to be worse.
it's the kind of poetry you hated at school, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately, yeah. So CatEvil have to force into this. Sacrificed a bit of util and quite a bit of armor. Kashi's the glass cannon here. Needs to make this work.
Okay, gonna find one Mercury in for the trade, though. It gives them a bit of an entry over towards top B. Only 1 player left there. It's Ada would be of Akashi. The question doesn't even expect the close play in towards the smoke. But in fact, I think they're going to double back over towards the A site. Now, for CatEvil, it's a 2-2 split. They're going to sell the fake with a smoke going to come forward. Utility going to be burned now by the CT side, but Rare Atom are nowhere to be seen. They're just playing oh so passive, holding down the fort and waiting for an over-rotation or a mistake to punish.
I mean, they can afford to play a little bit passive here, but eventually they're going to have to commit to something. So for now, it's just making a little bit of noise over towards B side. Oh my god, I can't believe it got that much damage.
Oh, that's like a near 100 damage nade there. I mean, fair play coming through. And, well, I mean, for the likes of Jam Young, he has been the real nuisance most of the time, hasn't he? Another smoking towards CT. Will keep that fake kind of... Well, there's 2 players posted over there because of the fake, but in comes the full utility. They're flooding their way over towards the A site. It's down to just these 2. The crossfire set up between likes of Jin and Twy, but the tempo's so down. 20 seconds to work with. They need to make a decision, and now they're just going to run through the smoke. Jam Young needs a chance, but he walks straight towards Jin. A spray down, it's all down to Kaze. In a 1 versus 2, he has to come alive. The bomb to be planted. Now it's all down to the clutch. Kaze can do this as well. With an 8K47 to work with, it's definitely a possibility. Definitely not the end of the world. He's going to reposition over towards Big Pit, and now just set up for the cross. Waiting for the cross to be found. Spotting the first damage dealt. Good for 1. Looking for it. He's going to find it, ladies and gentlemen.